Hey everybody, and welcome to Tenza Motorsports. Today we're going to be doing some house upgrades, some modifications, mostly to seal off this cabinet from the inside. So if you push through that door right on the other side of this, it just goes straight into the living room, which is a little bit weird. If you're kind of curious to know where we are standing in the garage, here is my desk. The black and the white car are right behind you guys. So I really appreciate everybody so much for watching this type of content that I'm doing. I know that it's like way off topic from building race cars, and then now I'm framing in a cupboard that goes to my living room. I mean, so it really helps to have you guys watching this and giving the views and the support and the likes and things like that. So if you want to support the channel, all you have to do is watch these videos, like them, comment on them, just say good job, you know, it looks good. But I do have some people saying that they are curious to know what I'm doing in the garage and how I'll be setting it up, and where we're going to be working in this garage all the time on the channel. That's why I am documenting a lot of what we're doing. So this cabinet right here, we're going to be framing it in and then putting some melamine board on the inside so that when you open it up, instead of opening up to the garage and seeing all this nasty, gross chipboard, you're actually, you know, it's nice, it's heated, and then we can actually use it as well. Because right now when you pop it open, it just goes right into the garage. It's all dusty and gross. And the other thing is we're leaking tons of heated air through this into the garage. And I don't mind that as much because I'm working in the garage, but where it just does it 24/7, I don't need the garage to be mildly heated in this little corner all the time. There is a plug-in right here. We're gonna be framing that onto the inside where we can potentially use it. I've got a plug just above my bench, and then I've got tons that are just kind of been added with conduit throughout the garage. So I don't need this plug. So we'll be making this look real nice. We'll clean it up, and that's what we'll be doing today. So here's where we're sitting now. We cleaned everything up, and they actually did have it framed. There was just like, I think it was like a 1x1 or something like that, similar size, framed all the way around. I'm not exactly sure what they were planning on doing, but that wasn't gonna work for us. So we removed those. We're gonna be going to a 2x4, which will allow us to add some insulation. So it's not just the garage piece of wood and then the house. There's actually a couple pieces in between us and the house. We're gonna come up on this side, which frames in the plug to the inside of the house. And I'm gonna come up to here, and we're probably gonna go up to about here and then run another 2x4 across here. And then I'll have a shelf here and then a shelf down here. And then, you know, underneath there I'll have my boots and things. This was on the edge here, and I just don't see us needing that. If anything, when you're coming out of the garage door, the man door here, I don't want to be like hitting that with your shin or something like that. So I removed that, probably just gonna get rid of it. But this whole area looks a lot bigger because after putting some screws in where there should have been in the first place, the nails have been coming out. And so we probably gained an inch in width here just because these boards were warping out. And so I've still got some stuff to do up here. You can see this nail here is coming out. And so yeah, the shelves that are in this one up above us are gonna have to be redone at some point because they're really bad back up in there. So as of right now, basically we've just cleaned all this up, removed all of the previous owner's modifications, and now we're going to come over here. We're going to do 33.5 inches, and then on the other side, because it's not quite a square, it's going to be 33.25. So it's not off by much, just enough that we need to make sure that we make measurements for, but when we're all done, nobody will be able to tell that it's just slightly off. But we do want to make sure that we're cutting to the size and not just doing it square. So yeah, we're gonna get these cut and start installing the studs. So here is our frame. This will be the top of our support for a shelf. And what we're going to be doing is taking that white board that we've got, it's just over there on the ground, this stuff here, and that way we can basically box in the inside of this without having to paint it. And if you do paint over this type of wood, there's going to be, you know, there's still going to be marks and stuff like that. So we're thinking that that'll make it look a lot nicer. We're actually going to have that run on this side all the way up, and then that way we have some blind screws in here. You won't see them. And then on the sides you'll have a couple screws we'll be able to see, but I'll either put a circle of vinyl over them or just a dab of paint. And then here in the middle we're going to get some insulation, some foam insulation. And then on the outside here we're just going to put a piece of plywood. So we're getting really close to being able to put this back in the cabinet. As of right now, we have the frame all put together, and we have our white board here. We were able to use a razor blade and score it a bunch of times. It cut most of the way through, and then whatever was left at the end, we were able to just run the razor blade down the edge and make sure it was nice and cleaned up. So we're going to screw this in. We're going to try to hide the screws as best as possible. They will be visible a little bit, but we're going to try to hide them. And then we're going to slide this as one piece into the back of the cabinet. And then this section here will allow us some room to put some insulation. And then we'll be putting this plywood on the back side. So we're now framed in. Everything is screwed down to the wall, and now we have our insulation in there. And if you noticed earlier, we did have another support stud. We did run that in the middle, and the reason for that is so that the melamine board on the other side doesn't get pushed on if we were to like overload the cabinet or something like that, that we're not pushing in the middle. So it does have some center support. At this point, we're going to be doing our side pieces here. We're just going to be reusing the 1x that were in there originally that we pulled out. We go in this way, build a shelf, and then we'll put one more piece of plywood that way. The only other thing that we're going to be doing to this that we'll probably won't get done today, you'll see it in this video, but we won't get it done today, is the melamine board on the inside of the cabinet. We're going to be going and doing the top, sides, and bottom to finish off the inside of the cabinet. So here is the finished product from the garage side. Like I said, we'll be showing the other side later on, but I am very happy with the way this all turned out. In fact, we were just talking about it, like it's almost perfect for like a drill shelf, which would be nice because it's got like the workbench. We did box in that charger on the other side, or the plug-in on the other side, so you couldn't run a charger over here at all. But I was thinking about hanging up my Ryobi ones on the wall here or something like that. But I think that looks absolutely fantastic. A lot of space on the bottom, and I've got rid of that little piece that was a shin killer coming off the step there. So very happy with this side. In just a moment, we'll go to the other side and show you what's going on over there. So this is what it ends up looking like in here. As you get a flashlight on, there we go. So all I did was measure out the melamine board and cut it up. So this looks painted, but it is not. And beyond that, we just put some caulk around the edges, and it's not cold in here at all. We got the plug on this side, which is nice. We'll eventually replace the faceplate of it because it's old and gross and ugly, but other than that, yeah, we're really happy with it. Anyways, I know that this was kind of a house fix, but also a garage project where it affects the other side in the garage where we'll be doing a lot of our work. Appreciate everybody so much for watching. Any comments or questions down in the comment section below. We'll be doing lots of little weird projects like this as we go along, but I think the garage is going to look absolutely phenomenal when we're all done. So thanks again. We'll see you in the next video.
Bam!